they've said times both sides by x. So get rid of the fraction. So they've times all the way through by x. So you've ended up with x squared plus 25 is obviously less than 10x. All you've got to do now is use your math skills to manipulate this into some sort of statement that you know is not true. So what we're going to do here is we're going to collect everything on the left-hand side. So we're going to get this looking like a quadratic equation. So x squared minus 10x plus 25 has to be less than 0. So all I'm going to do is collect everything together. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to factorize it. So I'm now going to factorize that into two brackets. If you do the factorizing of this, you will find that you get x minus 5 is less than 0. So when you factorize that, the two brackets you'll end up with are x minus 5 both times. How else could I write x minus 5 in a bracket next to itself? I could also write this as x minus 5 all squared less than 0. Now I'm trying to prove something that's incorrect. Can anyone see at this point why that is definitely wrong?
Because
so anything squared, doesn't matter what this bracket is, as soon as I square it, it will always be bigger than 0. So I can never have something squared that is less than 0. So that there is my contradiction. So x minus 5 all squared has to be greater than 0 because it's squared.
What if x is 0?
Then that'll be minus 5 squared, 25.
Oh, 5,
Whatever you put, well then 0 squared is still not less than 0, is it? It's equal to 0. But we're proving greater or equal to. I've still contradicted the fact that it can't be less than.
Yeah.
So x minus 5 all squared has to be greater than 0. So that is my contradiction, and you do need to state, you do need to write, because the chief examiner likes to see this. Probably spell it right would be a good idea. He likes you to state that that is a contradiction, and therefore what you started with at the top, that is true, because we've proved that the opposite is false.